Wade Muira, Paul Caillo, Roger Cordero for Waianae as they introduce the charges of Pearl City going down the line. Dana Cleohi, Brent Kahue, Matt Pasqua, Joseph Serrao, Harold Lee, Herman Cortez, Ben Yamashiro. There's number 7, Ben Yamashiro. Martin Bryson. Number 11, Elijah Tiki. He is the setter for Pearl City. Lordy Cullen, Matthew Hines, and Raymond Bodie. Once again, Tony, we talked about the fact that this is a rematch of last year's OIA championship, and Pearl City winning 15-13, 15-2. Waianae won the regular season meeting last year, and Pearl City goes on to win the championship. This year, it was Pearl City that won the regular season meeting, and so Waianae hoping to get even and do to them what they did to them last year.
Yeah, I think with this matchup, and especially what happened in the preceding games, we're going to see a good, long match. A lot of rallies, and maybe if Waianae can get their offense together, a lot of arsenal for them.
Number 8, Lamel Lamboy. That's number 10, Cassius Naki. Jonah Kamuloa. Damon Faletti. These are the non-starters. And number 15, Joseph Lyman. Now the starting 6 for the Sea Riders of Waianae. Number 3, the setter, Roger Cordero. Number 6, Wilhelm Wagner. Number 7, John Amina. Jonathan Kindaka. Number 9, Brady Marinas. He's a senior, 6 feet 1 inches tall. And Robert Sylva, also a tall man, 5'11", a junior outside hitter, and the head coach is Michelle Nua.
Assistant coach,
Pete Dexter, her Micronesian ginger lay. And there you see the school spirit, the personal pride. Folks traveling in from the leeward coast to take in this volleyball action. With introductions out of the way, we are set to play volleyball. Don't go away. It is the Sea Riders versus the Chargers, the OIA Boys. And the senior outside hitter, John Amina, puts the ball in play, and we are underway. In white is Waianae, Pearl City in black. Setter puts it up to the killer champ, Jonathan Kindaka.
That's exactly what we were talking about earlier, where Pearl City is going to have to be a little smarter in their blocking and just stay low or get their hands over and time their hitters.
Again, Kindaka on serve, putting it up, big set up high.
That was Raymond Bodie that hit the net. I think he's a little too anxious starting off this first game.
2-0. Waianae on top again. The serve by Kindaka. Back row serve. Set up nicely to the near side. And again, this time off the block. Side out, Pearl City.
There we go. We see Raymond Bodie again taking a second swing and being a lot smarter on that hit and using the outside blocker.
Keep an eye on the center, of course. The ball hit long that time. Lordy Cullen misfires. And Pearl City has its first point of the game. Unlike the regular season, Tony, there is no time limit. There is no rally scoring. 3 straight sets or best of 3.
That's right, and I think it's a lot better. You know, there's no pressure with a time constraint.
Good set again. It is Bodie and dug nicely. And a missed hit. And a point for Pearl City. 3-2. Bryson Martin, he's a sophomore. Floats the serve across the net. Little misplay, tapped over by Roger Cordero. And off the block, side out, Waianae.
That was a really nice set block on Quindisa, number 9 on Waianae. He penetrates and just stuffs the block.
Roger Cordero, serve, and a free opportunity for Waianae. Cordero with the set, with the hit, Wilhelm Wagner, and he hits out. Side out Pearl City. When you look at the starting six for Waianae, you see an average height of about 5'10". You look at the starting six for Pearl City, and we're talking an average of about 5'7", 5'8". That's what we talked about. There you see Joseph Sorrell, the 5'7" sophomore, set to serve. Sorrell with the jump serve. Cordero setting from the back row, and a good piece of defense work at the net. Kerwin Cortez, and then the ball hit out. And a point for Waianae. The other side out, Waianae. 2-2 our score. Again, no time limit in the game. Jonathan Kindaka, service into the net, side out Pearl City.
I think as the game wears on longer, both teams are going to have to serve a lot smarter and keep the ball in play for rallies.
How big is the serving on the high school level? In college, we've seen the jump serve become a true offensive weapon.
You know, serving is so fundamental here at the high school level, and to be consistent is key, because that sets up your offense, and especially the pass.
Cortez, that time setting up Brady Marinas, side out Waianae. And Marinas can get up there. He's 6'1", and he is a senior. Deacon Scott.
Yeah, Pearl City's going to have to penetrate a little more on the block. They're getting up high enough. They just need to wait and press over.
Robert Sylva with a good serve. Ball set by Marinas, and a free opportunity. The ball hit long. That's the point for Waianae. 3-2 our score. Robert Sylva, the junior outside hitter, floats the ball over the net. Set up. Lordy Cullen, ball fielded, and here comes Waianae, and an opportunity now for Pearl City to the near side. And again, it is Cullen, dug nicely to back row. And John Amina putting it down for the winner. 4-2 our score, point Waianae.
Yeah. John Amina has come so far since last year. He was a transfer from Kaimaki, and he has picked up his game so much.
And Robert Sylva, service into the net, side out Pearl City. Again, a rematch of last year's OIA championship. Pearl City winning 15-13, 15-2. 4-2 our score. Cordero setting it up on the near side. Wilhelm Wagner.
It seems right now that Pearl City is not being able to get out on the block. They need two blockers up on all their hitters all the time. And their defense can really keep them in the game.
And side out Pearl City as Wagner serves into the net. Lordy Cullen now. Good serve. And Brady Marinas, the senior middle blocker, with the side out.
I've seen Brady Marinas in action this past weekend, and he is just such a big hitter. I mean, he's 6'1", just real strong, nice swing.
Marinas on service now. Set and a free opportunity. And Cordero flips it over the net. Waianae back on defense. Nice dig in the back row. Brady Marinas playing defense as well, and now an opportunity. Cordero setting it up, and a little dig shot looks successful. John Amina catching the Pearl City defense off guard, and that is a point for Waianae. 5-2 our score.
Coach Micheline Nua from Waianae had said that in order for her team to succeed today, they need to stay together and play their game, and they're showing it right now. They're so together.
Again, a free opportunity. Cordero setting it up. John Amina, and it is out. Side out Pearl City. Cordero has been on the money all night long, and we talked to the head coach, Michelle Nua. She said he is the man that has to set the tone. So far, he has for Waianae. Cordero setting it up, and a big shot straight down to the ground, but out. Jonathan Kudaka misses, and it's a point for Pearl City.
really think that Cordero is having such a good time setting because his passers are giving him such good, decent passes so they can run the offense.
Opportunity again, and a good dig in the back row by Matthew Hines. Another opportunity at the net, and this ball is going to go out. Good net play that time by Jonathan Kindika from Waianae. And a good dig by Pearl City. Good play back and forth, Tony.
Yeah, good heads-up play, good defense, and that's what's going to keep Pearl City in this game. They need to wear away their opponent.
John Amina on serve. Set up. Good defense at the net by Jonathan Kindaka. Cordero setting it up, and the hit off of the hands of a diving Matthew Hines. That's a point for Waianae.
Yeah, I think Matthew was I guess he was uncertain if the ball was going to be in or not, but he had made the play and had to go with it. And this was a nice swing, though, by Robert Sylva.
Looked as though it might have gone long, but you don't have a lot of time to think about it.
That's
John Amina, it's a quick reaction game. Set, and not a good set that time. And the ball was hit out, just trying to keep it inside the antenna, and unsuccessful is Pearl City, and they will call timeout. 7-2 is our score. Game one of this boys OIA championship game. Waianae versus Pearl City, 7-2. Waianae on top will take a timeout from the Blaisdell Arena. Blaisdell, there you see number 11, the setter for Pearl City, Elijah Tiki, and he has not been getting the kind of passing that Roger Cordero has been getting for Waianae.
That's right. I think Pearl City needs to just calm down a little, get their game together, and give Elijah the passes that he needs.
Elijah with an opportunity here. Sets it up off the block. Nice job defensively, Waianae. And it is Robert Sylva firing long, side out Pearl City.
I think Waianae needs to realize that they are able to get over the block, and they should just hit a little more down, and I think they'll score more if they start to hit that way.
Hadrian Kadikista on serve for Pearl City. Cordero, nice job at the net, blocked by Herman Cortez. So again comes Cordero and a free opportunity. Tiki sets it up, and Raymond Bodie missing wide to the left, side out Waianae. But excellent defense by Pearl City.
Tell you what, Waianae is playing a solid all-around game right now. They're covering, especially on the attack and blocks, and that's what's keeping them in the game.
There's a nice big attempt, but it goes awry. John Amina. Joseph Lyman with a kill.
That's right. And here's John Aminas again. He is just all over the court, staying low, playing great defense. He really watches the attack and follows the ball. I would name him Defensive Player of the Game. He's all over the place.
Raymond Bodie with 3 kills. Puts it over. Cordero setting it up. Cross court set this time, and the ball was hit long by Lordy Cullen. Side out Waianae, 7-3 our score in the first game, a best of 3 set match. Again, no time clock, no rally scoring if it goes to a third set. Jonathan Kindaka on the serve, and that's what we were talking about, the passing game, and not giving the setter, Elijah Tiki, a lot of clean opportunities.
I think Pearl City just needs to fire up and just keep swinging.
Good block at the net by Waianae, but in the end it is Pearl City as they also show some good handwork. Good play by both teams at the net on that point. Eight to 3 our score. Herwin Cortez. Good serve and an ace.
That was a nice serve. You know, Herman is their 5'9" middle blocker, and I tell you, if he just keeps on serving and jumping the way he does, he's going to bring Pearl City back in this game.
The big jump serve. Good line drive, fielded nicely. Cordero, good set, good play at the net by Pearl City. A little dink attempt, does not go. Again, it is Cordero. And he sets it up, and Wilhelm Wagner puts it down.
I tell you what, that has been Waianae's key also. Coach Noah was saying that if they get a one-on-one attempt on the outside, their hitters will always make that kill. And they're proving it right now.
Robert Sylva serves it. Overpass. And now Waianae with an opportunity to put it over the net. Nice set over the middle and a good dig. John Amita getting his hand up for Waianae to keep that one alive. And then the other way, it is Cortez unable to field it. And it is a point for Waianae. 9-4 our score.
I tell you, John Almeida just has such good reaction. I mean, he has his arm and everything out. He just gets the ball to where it has to be.
Setting it up and roofed at the net. The tandem of Brady Marinas and Wilhelm Wagner.
I tell you, Waianae looks so hungry to play right now. They just want this.
Wagner and Marinas at the net. Well, that is the height difference that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, I tell you what, their goal this year was to get to this playoff, and they know that they have to win. It's just like an internal thing that Coach Noah was saying, and they're so determined to win this and just prove that, you know, they're worthy of being here and competing with the best.
Speaking of the best, we want to offer our congratulations to the team players for Waianae, number 14, Damon Faletti. He's a 5'7" junior outside hitter, second-year player on the Sea Rider team, and although he sees limited game time, he is the spirit of the Sea Rider team. And also, our congratulations to Pearl City's Ben Yamashiro, an 11th grader. Ben, a third-year player on the Charger team, and this is his first year starting as a back row specialist, the perfect example of the academic athlete. So congratulations to both My TV team players of the game. 10-4 our score. Again, Pearl City won the regular season matchup. And Pearl City winning in 3 sets. Last year it was Waianae winning the regular season match, but Pearl City taking care of business in the championship game. Tiki, back row set.
This is what Pearl City needs to do more ball control and more passing.
Ball hit long by John Amina, and a side out Pearl City. Well, you talked about earlier that they are a finesse team. They're a team that has to work on ball handling, and they have to come up big defensively.
That's right, and they need to start to dig in and play defense. I think they're still a little either too aggressive.
Brady Marinas, aggressive there on the perfect set by Roger Cordero.
It was a little tenacious.
It was, straight down into the wood. Side out Waianae, 10-4 our score. Wilhelm Wagner serving it. And serving it long. Side out Pearl City. Lordy Collin with the serve. Cordero set. And a net violation. That is a point for Pearl City.
I think John was a little too anxious for that set. It seemed like a really perfect set for him, and he just overswung at the ball.
So again, it'll be Lordy Collin. 10-5 the score. Cordero setting it up. Brady Marinas, and this time missing wide.
It looked like he knew that that ball was going out.
And Michelle Nua wasting no time. She sees a couple of points for Pearl City. She decides it's time to slow down the action. She calls timeout. So we do take a timeout from the Blaisdell Arena, where Waianae leads Pearl City 10-6. Game 1 of the OIA Championship match. I'd like to introduce, that is Kay Kahakui, and the umpire for the match down on the floor, Jim Hansen. We also have 4 lines judges, so a full court of people keeping a close eye on the action.
Right, don't think we'll miss anything tonight.
Cordero setting it up, and John Amina finding the puka on the floor. Nice little tap shot.
You know, I think Pearl City is just not waiting or not ready for what he is going to do. He is doing some damage right now against Pearl City.
And again, it all starts with the good passing and the good execution.
That's right.
That time the service by Marinas is long. Side out Pearl City. Substitution for Pearl City. Ben Yamashiro back in for Matthew Hines. And Yamashiro will be on serve.
That's our academic athlete.
Absolutely. Good play at the net. Tiki setting it up, and a good job of hitting through the block that time is Raymond Bodie, the junior outside hitter, 6 feet tall, and he's skied to about 8.5 feet on that one.
He needs to start hitting more like that.
All of a sudden, it's a 10-7 game. It was 10-4 Waianae, but Pearl City creeping back in. And again, John Amina finding the puka. That's twice. Just finding the open space on the floor. It doesn't have to be hard. And a side out for Waianae.
You know, I just am so impressed by the way he has developed within the last year. He is such a smarter player, and he has 5 kills for the night already.
Tiki not able to get a great set this time. Nice back row dig that time by Yamashiro. And an opportunity for Waianae. Setting up on the far side again. Play at the net. Kerwin Cortez on defense for Pearl City. And Cortez goes for the winner. And Waianae playing some defense. What a rally. And finally, Pearl City, Herwin Cortez.
That was such a good rally. I mean, Waianae is playing their defense, but Pearl City is coming back with the attack, and they're being more aggressive with their swinging.
Back to live action. Cordero setting up. An excellent play. That time banging it down with Jonathan Dika. Overshot, and Waianae taking advantage for the easy point. Pearl City struggling on the passing end and not giving Tiki an opportunity to set it up. Cordero serves, and again, an overset, and this time 4 hits.
Oh, they called a net violation.
2 unsuccessful passes in a row for Pearl City.
I think Reed right now, the Pearl City coach, is just wondering what is going on with his boys.
There's the kill. Raymond Bodie, when he has an opportunity to get up high, nobody will stop him.
That's right. I mean, he gets up high, he has a nice arm swing, nice snap, and I tell you, one-on-one, he should prevail.
12-7 our score. Waianae just looking to get it back over and hitting it long. Wilhelm Wagner hits long, and it's a 12-8 game. Waianae on top of Pearl City. Good look at Michelle Nua, or rather,
Reed Shigimasa.
Reed Shigimasa. We should mention a former teammate of yours.
That's right, we are classmates.
Pearl City is coming back. Gordy Cullen. And it's a 12-9 game.
I tell you, Raymond has been serving some really good floater serves, real nice, tough serves.
Violation by Pearl City, a side out Waianae. Yeah, we mentioned that Reed Shigimasa, the head coach for Pearl City, also the head coach for Kaiser, who we'll see later, and you, the 3 of you played at Pearl City together.
I know, that's fun.
Yeah,
That's fun.
isn't it? Former teammates, and here you are now, an opportunity to talk about her. What do you have to say?
I tell you, the girls' match will be just a good match to watch, but I'm just watching Reed and just his coaching style, and it's just the same as it was back when we were playing.
Kerwin Cortez, he's the jump serve specialist, and he just catches a piece of the tape. Just hits the tape on the top of the net, and it'll be a side out Waianae.
Yeah, he looks like he can't believe it.
You couldn't even see the movement of the net, but of course the referee has his hand on the pulse of it, and he was able to detect contact. Opportunity for Pearl City. Looking to bang it down, but firing long is Matthew Hines. And that's a point for Waianae. 13-9 our score.
Yeah, Hines is probably going to have to snap his wrist a little more on the ball to get it to come down.
Get an opportunity off the block. Cordero sets it up. Good defensive play at the net for Pearl City. Marinas, this time he gets it through. Colin Lordy and Matthew Hines teamed up for one block, but they could not stop Marinas. And it's game point, 14-9. And it is Robert Sylva serving for the first game. Tiki puts it up, and a roof and a kill. Brady Marinas.
Outstanding, outstanding.
Brady Marinas was the player that started it, and he was the one that finished it.
He saw everything coming. He just keyed on it, got the point, got the win, and now we're just going to have to Pearl City's going to have to regroup and get their game plan going. Waianae needs to keep their momentum and just their mental toughness, just to keep them in this game.
15-9 the score, and hey, a reminder, Friday night is the OIA Championship game, but prior to that, the pregame concert. The whole town talking about Martin Nievera's homecoming concert. Tickets on sale now at the Aloha Stadium box office, and the concert begins at 5 with the OIA Football Championship game. That is set for 8 p.m. And the matchup, of course, Campbell, the Sabres, with a big victory Thursday night over Kahuku, and Waianae advanced.
As we can see right now, Waianae has been more dominating. They're hitting a lot better. They're blocking, they're digging, and they have more aces. In every department, their game is much more stronger than Pearl City.
The only department that Pearl City has in having the edge is attempts, but attempts do not win games.
That's right. You need to put the ball down in order to get a higher percentage.
So we are set to go game 2. And of course, it is a best out of 3. So Pearl City, the Chargers needing to win this match to keep, or this game to keep the match alive. Ben Yamashiro serving. And this time, hitting long for Waianae is Wilhelm Wagner. And very quickly out of the blocks, a point for Pearl City. The first time they have led in this match, albeit a 1-0 lead.
Pearl City just needs to keep putting the pressure on.
Slide out for Waianae. Jonathan Kimbika serves it just over the net. Tiki with the set. Good block at the net. Getting up high for Waianae was Brady Marinas. And then this time firing off the block. And a point for the Sea Riders.
You know, that was a really nice swing, although that may have been going out, and the Charger defense is just playing too far up. They need to hang back a little and just wait for the balls to come down.
Kimbika serves into the net, side out Pearl City. 1-1 the score. Game 2 of this best of 3 match. Waianae winning the first set. Free ball for Pearl City. And again, big play at the net by Marinas. Cross court set. Off the block. And it goes back to Waianae.
Nice swinging by Robert Sylva. That's gone back to serve. I'm just so impressed at how composed this Waianae team is.
Tiki setting it up and good angle.
That was a nice step-out move by Bodie, and although he had hit the net, the ball had dropped and the play was dead before anything had happened. And
Bodie's going to go out, coming in Joseph Sorrell, the service specialist. Do a jump serve, but into the net. And it'll be side out Waianae. You hate to make a substitution and see that.
That's right. Such a coach's nightmare. That's a nice pass, though. Making up for it.
Point Waianae. Net violation, Pearl City.
You know, I think Herwin Cortez is just so frustrated because he can't believe that he's netting. You know, sometimes the ball actually pushes the net into your hands, and it's hard to tell.
Cortez setting it up and a little dink, and it is out. John Amina trying to tap it down, but missing just outside the line.
Pearl City had 3 blockers up that time. And the hitter should be able to pick that up and maybe tip the ball to the open court.
Jump serve by Herwin Cortez. Catching the tape, slide out Waianae and Brady Martinez.
You know, they're going to have to stop serving, I guess, consistently in the net.
Good hit that time, banging it down for the winner is Matthew Hines.
That's right. As Pearl City goes back to serve, they need to keep in mind that the previous 2 or 3 rotations were in the net, and now they need to start scoring points, and that starts with the serve.
As much as the jump serve is a weapon, it can also prove to be a liability.
That's right.
Off the block. And point for Pearl City. 2-2 the score. Dana Cleohe with the serve. Cortez setting it up and missing. John Amina hits wide.
And the umpire's calling a touch on number 12, Lordy Cullen. All the charges are in disbelief. I didn't see a touch, though.
Lordy died, but
we're not calling the game.
Jim Hansen has a much better view than do we. John Amina serving. Tiki, quick set, and the play at the net.
That was a very nice pass by Cortez. They need more of that. They need a lot closer passes so he can deal the ball to his hitters.
As Pearl City doing a lot more substituting. And we have seen Waianae is pretty much stuck with the same 6. And the serve that time by Lordy Cullen is long. And Coach Reed Shigemasa saying, come on guys, that's too many balls, that's too many serves we're giving away.
Yeah, I think he may be a little frustrated right now.
Cordero sets it up, and Sylva is forced to put it over the net. And this time, coming up big, Root, Jonathan Kinzika, point, Waianae.
I tell you what, that's Robert Sylva and Johnny Q. They are just dominating at the net right now. Huge block.
This time going to the far side, just forced to tap it over. Pearl City, so an opportunity for Waianae. And banging it down for the winner this time, and it's Sylva. You're right, Sylva and Kinzika.
Dominating. Both blocking and hitting. I tell you what, they are hitting everywhere. Seam, over, angle. Pearl City needs to just settle down and just take their time on the block.
4-2 the score. Tiki, not a good set. And a point for the Sea Riders, 5-2. And Coach Shigemasa just saying, come on guys, relax, play your game. Again, trouble on the set and 2 hits. Tiki forced to go after his own ball, and that is a point for Waianae High. Timeout called by Reed Shigemasa as he steps in and just tries to settle down his troops. Remember, this Pearl City team beat Waianae in the regular season in 3 sets, but Waianae having its way tonight. We'll be back. That time hit wide in 72, Waianae on top. Cordero again on serve. Tiki. That time able to tap it down and give the side out as Matthew Hines.
Pearl City really needs to get back in this game, and hopefully bringing in their substitution. This serve is so crucial.
Ben Yamashiro comes in for the service. Floats it across. Marinas to Cordero. And an opportunity for Pearl City. And Bryson Martin fires long. Side out Waianae.
I'll tell you, the setting between Cortez and Cordero is just phenomenal. I mean, Cordero is getting all his passes. He's just setting the offense he needs to, and Elijah right now is just struggling. Tiki is struggling with his sets.
The hit by Cortez off the antenna, point for Waianae, and an 8-2 score. They are threatening to run away with this match. Not a good set again, and a service ace. Jonathan Kindika.
You know, this was a nice serve, actually. It had a nice float on it, and just tough. And tough serving is what's going to be keeping Waianae also on top.
Set to the far side at that time. John Amina bangs it long, side out Pearl City. And again, a substitution. Coach Reed Shigemasa bringing in Adrian Katakista for the service. Good serve, handled nicely. A little dink shot. Good play at the net by both teams. And Raymond Bodie unable to handle that one at the net. Side out. Waianae, 9-2 our score. Robert Sylva, there you see the number 5 kills for him already in this match. Set up, and good play at the net again. It is Marinas. He has been everywhere for Waianae. And 2 hits. And a side out for Pearl City. But Marinas' play at the net has been exceptional.
Just outstanding. I tell you, if they just maintain this, should I make a prediction?
It will be tough for Pearl City to come back unless they start to make some major changes in the way that this game is going. That's not how to do it. The ball hit wide by Kerwin Cortez, side out Waianae, and here comes Wilhelm Wagner, one of the better servers on the Sea Rider team. Just floats it over. And again, the play at the net. This time it's John Amina and Marinas teaming up. Little dink shot, handled. Pearl City struggling. And John Amina able to get it down. Point Waianae, 10-2. And a timeout called by Reed Shigemasa.
Hey, I tell you what, Pearl City, Kerwin Cortez is just 5'9", middle blocker at this level. I mean, he's trying to do what he can, but like we said, the height and just the height disadvantage will prevail. I mean, they need to adjust their defense, or they're going to have to just do something different in order to get back in this game.
All right. People watching this game from all over Dickie Estate. That reminds us to say mahalo to the technicians at KITS, Hawaii Interactive Television System, and Oceanic Cable for making this live OIA Volleyball Championship game available statewide. And we're glad you can join us wherever you may be watching in from. I'm Howard Deshevsky along with Tony Nishida-Chat, former UH Waianae. Won a national championship back in 1987.
And we were runner-ups in 88. Kind of bummer, but
well, at least you got one.
At least you got one.
You got one under your belt. I was only your runner-up with baseball in 1980 with the Rainbow. See, I was never a champion, so I got to say, hey, we were runner-up. I got to live with that.
Well, at least you were there.
I was there. Indeed, I was.
I tell you, I think during that timeout, Reed Shigemasa was telling his boys that, you know what, they're going to have to either play defense up more, or they're going to have to cover tighter on their attack. This Waianae or their Waianae defense is just too big.
Elijah Tiki setting it up on the far side. Again, the play at the net by Pearl City, exceptional. Janamina is blocked, and here comes Pearl City opportunity. Free ball set up. Cordero just flips it over. And this time, a side out. And Lordy Cullen able to get his 5'9" frame up high enough to get the side out.
I just can't believe how small this Pearl City team is. They're scrappy, and I think they need to be more tenacious and just keep working and working and working.
Marinas dinks it, and here comes Pearl City. Good play at the net by Cordero, but his teammate unable to convert it.
So that's
Point for Pearl City.
That's 2 in a row for Lordy Cullen. I think he's starting to feel it, you know.
Kerwin Cortez, he's shying away from the jump serve now, down 10-3. Marinas, and great defensive play at the net. That time, Matthew Hines.
He's got to be fired up about that. I tell you, being 6 feet against this bigger hitter, he's got to feel a little strong right now.
That was Pearl City's first block of the night. And that time, Janamina able to put it down for the side out Waianae. 10-4 our score. Pearl City coming back with a couple of points after having not scored for several possessions. Brady Marinas now serving. Elijah Tiki puts it up. And Lordy Cullen that time hitting long.
I think Pearl City is trying to hit off the hand. You know, they're not really going through, and they're getting dug. They need to hit smarter, and they're attempting a little too hard.
Not a good pass. Tiki able to track it down. And not a good passing opportunity for Waianae, and unable to convert, and it's a side out back to Pearl City.
Bryson Martin just entered the game.
Reed Chigamasa using a lot of players. We've seen substitutions consistently. We have hardly seen anything. And that time the ball tried to sneak it on down there, and it was just wide, and that's a point for Pearl City.
No, that's a smart play though by Cordero. He's a front row hitter, front row setter / hitter. Now Waianae only has 2 attackers.
Good play at the net that time by Matthew Hines. And Brady Marinas just forced to knock it over. Tiki setting up and putting it over. Good play that time by Lordy.
I think Roger Cordero caught the net on his way up to attempt the block.
11-6, and just like last game, Pearl City trying to pull back into it. 4 hits. Wilhelm Wagner with the hitting air, and it's an 11-7 game. And this time it is Waianae and Michelle Nua who calls timeout.
I think she's going to stick to her lineup and her formation and just keep the 2 hitters that are on the outside. Pearl City needs to key on, I believe, I would say the ball will go most of the time to Janamina.
So 11-7 our score. Listen up, teenagers. You can call 625-8469 for a free membership to Oceana Cable's My TV Club. You can enjoy special My TV discount offers and special events for members only. And membership is free. And there's the My TV banner. Join the team. to 7 to score. And Pearl City trying to scratch and claw its way back into this game, and you can hear their fans boisterously cheering the Chargers on.
I'll tell you what, the Charger defense is going to have to expect some kind of roll or tip shot from the Sea Riders.
And just what they don't want is a service error. Elijah Tiki hitting it in to the net, and so side out. John Amina to serve it for Waianae. Tiki setting it up. Cordero, back row set that time for Wilhelm Wagner. Good play at the net. Hines. And Kindika with the winner. And a point for Waianae. Didn't hit it hard, but he didn't need to.
That's right. I mean, this was just nice rallying on both teams. And I tell you what, this finesse shot will almost always work. Just catches you off guard.
Obviously, the longer the rally goes, the more a defense is prone to be out of position. And
that's right. And it seemed like their right back was out of position.
12-7. Waianae 3 points away. Elijah Tiki setting it up.
Such a smart play. And that's what Pearl City needs to do. They need to pass a lot better so they can set their offense up. Johnny Q, their Waianae middle blocker, had stayed with Matthew Hines, and which left basically a hole in the block on the outside.
Good play at the net. Raymond Bodie jumps up and dunks it straight down. 12-8.
Here's Bodie showing us that he belongs up there.
Chargers looking up at the scoreboard as they inch closer and closer. Waianae leads 1-0 in this best of 3. Cordero sets it up, and firing long is Jonathan Kindika. It's 12-9.
Right now, Robert Sylva and Johnny Q are the only hitters that Waianae has. Cordero's front row, they need to start capitalizing on this.
Some mishits and a net violation against Waianae. Point Pearl City, it's 12-10. Waianae head coach Michelle Newell moments ago was shaking her head. And Pearl City getting back into the ball game. Marinas, Cordero setting it up, and woo! Just bringing down the roof that time with the kill is Jonathan Kindika making up for his last mistake.
I'll tell you, Johnny Q has got such a quick arm swing, and he found the seam in that block and just bricked it.
Elijah Tiki. Good play at the net by Kindiki and Sylva. And again, it is Jonathan Kindika.
I tell you what, Pearl City is out of timeouts right now, and with this kind of play by Waianae, I mean, they are just on fire.
Kindika and Marinas are doing a number at the net. 13-10 again. It is Kindika with the block. And a free opportunity. Set. And this time, the big roof by Raymond Bodie.
Matthew Hines comes out of the game right now to take a breather.
Ben Yamashiro, one of the better servers for Pearl City. Marinas. Double hit. At the point, Pearl City, 13-11. Marina saying, my bad, my bad. And timeout Waianae. Michelle Newell wants to talk it over with her troops as you look at the scoreboard, 13-11.
Yeah, I think she needs to just settle her boys down and tell them to just play our game and to not get overexcited, over anxious, and settle down.
Waianae looked as though they were going to run away with this one, but now it's a game. Hey, don't forget, next Friday, Oceana Cable Channel 16 back on the air with live coverage of the OIA Championship game. Waianae versus the Campbell Sabres for the OIA title. Join Sean Ching, Larry Price, Tiny Tadani for all the action. That's next Friday, 8 o'clock, right here. Waianae Up at one point, 10-2, but now they're up 13-11. And Ben Yamashiro trying to make it a one-point game. Cordero setting it up. Kindika, again roofed by Bodie. Bodie playing good defense at the net. Kindika with a free opportunity, and he makes the best of it.
He is just pumped up. He is ready. He's expecting everything. He just hammers that overstep.
And the first game, it was Marinas. This game, it has been this man, Kindika. Jonathan Kindika, the senior, middle blocker, 6-footer. And he's on serve, 13-11. Floats it over. Tiki sets it up. Bodie off the block, side out Pearl City.
I'll tell you, Waianae is anticipating the set going up because their middle is so small. He's not really holding the attack.
Misplayed off the body of Kindika. Point Pearl City. It's a one-point game.
I'll tell you, he's gonna. Martin's gonna have to keep his serve in and keep serving tough. That was a back row attack by the setter. Although he didn't make an attempt to hit it, if you're up over the height of the net while attempting to set it, that's a back row attack.
And it's a tie game, 13-all. Pearl City looking for a lead. They led it 1-0. They have not led from there. And it's a side out Waianae.
That was a net violation.
The coach and Tony Nishida is coming out. 13-13. Elijah Tiki setting it up. Off the block, was it? No, it was not. Point Waianae, and this is Aloha Ball serving for the match.
With all the Sea Rider fans behind us.
Robert Sylva. And a misplay and a free opportunity. And it is Marinas. And it is out. And Waianae wins. A valiant effort to come back by Pearl City comes up short. 15-13 our final score.
I'll tell you what, Waianae is so deserving of this win. They came out strong. They had every facet of their game in place. Everything was going their way. You know, they were excited. They were pumped up. I mean, they're feeling it right now.
The play in the first set by Brady Marinas, and then the second set play of Jonathan Kindika was what turned it around. In each of the first two games, you do have to credit Pearl City because they fought down, but they didn't give up.
That's right. They played a good match. It just wasn't their way.
But Waianae wins it in 2. We'll be right back.
We